Now, Daigo Umehara brought his own version of the hitbox. You can see this monstrosity here. However, his, for some reason, was banned. And that is these two buttons here, which give additional input directions. So you can have an additional right and additional left.
Now think about it. This is a guile. So he is now plinking Sonic Boom with a forward motion. Like, that is a guile box. Yeah, it's a guile box. Yo, what's going on, guys? So look, today we're gonna talk about the hitbox, cross-up, you know, all of these new controllers that have been coming out. A lot of people say you guys are some cheaters, right? So we're gonna go ahead and talk about if you guys are cheating or not, and I'm gonna tell you my take on it. But before we jump into it, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and let me know how you guys feel. Is hitbox cheating? But let's jump into the video right now. Alright guys, I know a lot of people have been talking to me about if hitbox is broken, hitbox is the future and things like that. So, you know, I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I don't think we really talked about how amazing hitbox is and cross up and shit like that. We're gonna watch a video. We're gonna watch this video and we're just gonna talk about it. But then we're also gonna talk about like unique hitboxes. So we're gonna talk about this and see if we can jump into this. Panda is donating 25% of the purchases all to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. The BCRF is all about ending breast cancer. They are very dedicated to it, and I'm very proud to be a part of this. So make sure you guys want to get more information. Check out the BCRF line here in the description below. For more information about BCRF, make sure you guys go to www.bcrf.org. Support a great cause. We all about it. And we're gonna start with the cross-up. This is crazy. So cross-up is just a hitbox and an arcade stick. It's crazy.
It starts with the news that we received on Twitter a few days ago that this controller is now legal at EVO, and most likely other tournaments are gonna follow suit, and this is gonna be, I guess, the future of controllers.
Let me explain to you why this alone is amazing for charge characters, guys. Just because you could press down on the analog stick and press a button with the jump button, that gives you flash kick. So that's why that is extremely cheap.
But on this controller, you actually have access on both hands to directional inputs. Those dark circles there with white circles, that is another set, apart from the joystick, another set of up, down, left, right.
How come hitbox wasn't around when people use pad? Stick players would say pad was terrible and then you need to stick to play at a high level. It was okay. Hitbox was joystick to shame and now it's bad. Because a lot of games back in the day was not designed for pads. And what happened is games are now being designed by pads, which means it has a unique linear, which makes it more easier to do certain things. And that's what happened. And I'm gonna tell you about another thing that made pad cheap as well, because on the PS4, you can manually go to the settings and also like customize everything, like your buttons and stuff. You can have like two buttons. You can make a down button, a button on your pad. So like the customizable aspect of like pad was actually ridiculous. There were some games where pad was like not it. Like KOF on pad was not okay. There is something that I do want to talk about, and I do want to add this on. I think the only hitbox player that won like at a big international event, correct me if I'm wrong, was in Street Fighter V was Kawano, if I'm not mistaken. When the last time a hitbox player just dominated like that? Yeah, Daigo won like an online event, but I said that it's I said a bigger event, you know? Yeah, Jonathan recently won too.
And what I actually really like and feel is positive with the Mixbox and keyboard as well is that it's just so accessible to anyone. You know, if someone hasn't played.
And I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't talk about is that these type of sticks, believe it or not, are way more accessible than arcade sticks and also are naturally stronger than arcade sticks.
If you allow many types of directional inputs, you know, multiple buttons, you can hold back and then just tap down forward. So you'll be able to do that effortlessly with this controller.
That alone right there, what he's explaining, lowered a barrier right off the bat. You know, part of playing at like a high level is like how execution is, right? You're now removing like the error. So that's pretty cheap in a grand scheme of things. But is it bannable? I don't think so, sadly. But that definitely makes it where that player naturally has an advantage on mobility. Naturally.
This is his first time playing Tekken.
Imagine,
with
bro.
the cross-up.
First time playing Tekken, bro. You already doing something that takes practice.
And he's using a cross-up with Kazuya. And what I counted was 22 electrics in a row. So not only do I feel this is pretty much spitting in the face of everyone who's an execution enthusiast.
See, this is where things get bad. It's the wording. You hear what he says, spit in everybody's face. I wonder if all hitbox players go to stick players and go, disgrace. The future is now, old man.
I put a lot of time into this.
That's basically how he feels. But now this is where the real issue becomes, right? But there are certain, like, now it's like, this is where some of the stuff becomes very cheap. But this is good because you want to kind of draw the line to see if companies are going to stop something. Stop it, right?
Now, just a little bit of backstory here in case you're not fully aware of the situation. Combo Breaker is a fighting game tournament. It hosts multiple games, most notably Mortal Kombat. Controllers are not provided for you, so you do have to show up with a controller of your own. There are some people who use a fight stick or arcade stick, and there are some people who use hitboxes. Now, Daigo Umehara, probably one of the most notable fighting game, Street Fighter players in the history of Street Fighter, brought his own version of the hitbox, you can see this monstrosity here, to the tournament with approved internals. However, his, for some reason, was banned. Here's where Daigo's hitbox differs from the standard hitbox, and that is these two buttons here, which give additional input directions, so you can have an additional right, an additional left.
So now think about it. This is a guile. So he is now plinking Sonic Boom with a forward motion. Like, he is plinking Sonic Boom with a forward motion. That is a guile box. Yeah, it's a guile box. You know, we have now went from cheat box, hitbox to cheat box to guile box, okay? So now we're on guile box. So a guile box clearly is not legal.
If you want my 2 cents on the matter, I really don't think the Gaffro box should be banned, considering you can do the exact same thing on a standard DualShock controller.
So like I said, there's some emphasis where people go out and they try to, you know, extend the you know? But I still don't think it's like cheating, you know. There are some people out there that actually use it because it's comfortable. Like it's good for their hands and stuff like that. So, you know, it's really like not everybody is trying to use it to do that, you know. Way better on the wrist. Like some people come from keyboards, so like they can bounce on that. So there's a lot of pros with like things like that, which is why I don't think it should be banned. I don't think it should be bannable, but I think with this now, what I'm about to show you guys, I actually think now arcade sticks should have an equal playing field. But here we go. I'm gonna show you guys with this.
Yo guys, check this out. I don't even have to let go of down charge to do a flash kick with this. It's insane. Same thing with booms. I can just hold back, press antagonist, and punch, and I get a boom. Crazy.
I love the name, by the way. It's called an antagonist because technically the stick players has been an antagonist the whole time. Pad players, antagonists to the cheat box, hitbox, cross up. So like the antagonist button is such a good name for all the stuff that, you know, we get looked at. We are the antagonists, you know. We are the problem. We are the problem to the plot.
For charge attacks like Guile's flash kick, you can use the antagonist to execute the move without ever letting go of down charge. This results in the fastest possible charge time for flash kicks. This is a very common technique on all button controllers such as the hitbox. It makes higher execution combos like
look at this, guys, right here. So technically, this is things that other people use already.
This is a very common technique on all button controllers such as the hitbox. It makes higher execution combos like Chun-Li's B&B SPK combo that much easier, as it removes the need for the joystick to travel up.
It's because it's an up motion. As long as you're holding down and you press up will always get the priority.
It also shortened tough inputs like supers and Guilty Gear, which is half circle back, forward, and heavy slash. We're pressing forward and heavy slash together.
That's crazy. Forward and heavy slash together. Listen to that.
It also shortened tough inputs like supers and Guilty Gear, which is half circle back, forward, and heavy slash. We're pressing forward and heavy slash together is condensed like one input.
So yeah, I think this is going to level the playing field. So I think if you could get this as a stick player, I think you will at least be on the same par as like a hitbox player. Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, It's not cheating. You know, there was an advantage, but I wonder how that button would do with like Tekken. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about this. The hitbox players, you hitbox players better not be calling stick players cheaters now. Alright? Don't be calling us cheaters, okay? We just adapted. You remember the future is now, old man. You remember that? Did we forget?